It's pretty.
Ain't it always some shit though that like in animes and bullshit like that they always the kings and the queens suddenly have a daughter or a son that just so happens to have to fucking sacrifice themselves. It's never the king's responsibility, it's never the queen's responsibility, but you are the princess of this land and thus blessed with this curse that if the moonfish died for some fucking reason or another, you have to become the new moonfish.
Yeah, but how do you think most of those kings and queens came into power?
Were they cursed to be the moonfish at one point?
I don't know. Maybe it's something passed down. Maybe.
I mean, if we're talking about hypotheticals, fine, but we're talking about clear-cut facts of what you're proving to me. And most of those, like, old anime tropes were always that.
Well, also
the princess is doomed to do this thing, or the prince is doomed to do this thing, but never the king has to sack up and become the moonfish.
I think that's that way for a couple of reasons. One, there's that really old tradition of, like, the firstborn child. So like normally movies don't focus on the firstborn child. They do like the secondborn child who is like, man, I want to be a princess.
I guess that would be like American movies focus on the or more Eastern culture, not Eastern, Western. Am I thinking Western?
Western focus.
What is white people?
Western. Never eat soggy waffles. Yeah, Western.
Soggy waffles. I do remember that.
Yeah, the West focuses on like the secondary character, but in a lot of Eastern cultures, they focus on like the firstborn child, how they like hold so much prominence and shit. So I think that's kind of a holdover on that. Secondly, you can't really do the story of a king because they're old. Yeah, like when people make movies, they don't make 9 times out of 10, they don't make movies for like a significantly older audience. So they don't want to tell the story of a king who has to make a sacrifice. They want to tell the story of the much younger prince or princess who can relate more to a wider audience who are going to be going to the movies.
From the storyteller's standpoint of if the movie or story is focused around the prince or princess, in the context that we were talking about it, if she's gone by the end of season, probably shouldn't put too much context in it in case people
for Avatar,
for spoilers' sake.
So the reason this came about, we were talking about a meme that Dice found. I'm gonna throw it up here. And he wanted to know the context of the meme, and I was explaining it to him. There are spoilers to Avatar The Last Airbender Season 1 going to come up right fucking now. If you don't like it, I'm going to put a timestamp here that you can skip to, and you have 5 seconds to leave the channel. Or, I'm sorry, skip to that timestamp. Don't leave the channel, fuck. You have 5...
We're good at this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
right.
Go. So she dies at the end of...
So so she's obviously not that fucking important to, like, the story thing. So you weren't telling her story. So what's the difference if it was as tragic if the king did it? Or why did he just have to get his pussy ripped away? Like, why does it always have to be the prince and the princess? Like, even in passing, it's always the prince and the princess. If it's Aang's story and, I'm trying to think, in, like...
Katara?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get off
okay, sure.
Airbender for a second. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it happens in One Piece, but I keep getting the appeal from One Piece. Like, there is a princess who is doomed to do something, and the commanding city, it has to happen, and Luffy and his band of pirates break in to save the princess, but we never see the fucking princess again, so fuck her. But, like, that's the thing. It's always the prince and the princess that is cursed to do something, never the king sacking up and taking responsibility for the land.
Are there any stories where the king has to sack up and take one for the team? Well, I mean, okay, so there are stories where the king has to sack up and like take one for his country, but it's never the focus. So I'm thinking of Game of Thrones. The king in
there's also Game of Thrones spoilers here.
This is public. Okay, fine. Game of Thrones spoilers, season 1. This doesn't go any farther than season 1. You have 5 seconds to skip to this timestamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ned Stark, I mean, I guess he's not the king, but he is like the leader of the fucking Winterfell or some shit. I don't know if he's considered a king. I think he's a king. He eventually gets decapitated, and that was his whole character arc. He was like the guy trying to keep his family together, and so when the Lannisters wanted to fuck him over, they brought him on as like, you're going to be the right-hand man to the king. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And so he was like this very noble, upright, righteous person, and he tried to do everything justly. His sword was called...
And then they just offed him offed him in the end season?
At the end of the first season, yeah. Oh, it was good. I
can't get into Game of Thrones.
I guess the point of the story, like the way to sum it all up, he has a dragon steel sword, Valyrian dragon steel. It's the best fucking thing ever. It's your rare D&D item.
Okay.
And he had to do an execution. This was at like the very beginning of the first book. And his son was like, why do we have to kill him? Like, can't we just grant him mercy? And he's like, the mercy for his wrongs is one swift swing of a sword. And so it's like he has to get what's coming to him. The best that we can do is deliver it as swiftly and painlessly as possible.
Okay, so
And
we
then
could
he
delve
gets fucking offed.
we could delve deeper into why he gets off because I'm pretty sure I know a little bit about that, but we don't have to talk about that here. But yeah, I just that was my hey guys, welcome to the podcast. That was a long ass intro, wasn't it?
Boy howdy, it was 6 minutes.
Sorry, that was an opportunity to talk about something.
I suppose.
And we could get really controversial out there because Dice doesn't like either of the things we were talking about in the last 25 minutes.
That's okay. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I always
It was
will.
just forced on me.
Game of Thrones was really good as long as it followed the books, and then I'm one of those weebs who's like, it didn't follow the books, it's not good.
I fell asleep during the first 3 episodes. I couldn't. It was boring to me.
That's fair. I mean, you could say that about like any of those like very serious drama long form shows. Like,
It's got to catch you. I personally love Sons of Anarchy. I know that's not everybody's bag of tea, but
I got to episode 3 of that show, and I was like, I'm bored.
yeah, that's it. And I to tell you the truth, and that's it. And like the end of that's we're not talking about Sons of Anarchy. I need to get back into that shit.
That's it. Did something really fucking cool happen to near the end of the last season? Of the first season?
The end of the first season.
That's it, exactly. Like the entire first season, you're like, I don't know if I like this show. I mean, it's okay. And then they finally like tie together the slow burn from this season that they had been writing for probably years to finally get it produced. And you see it, and you're like, oh my fucking god, I understand why all that other shit was boring.
Oh yeah.
It's
end of the first season of Sons of Anarchy. You go from, I don't know if I really like the main guy. He's kind of cool. He's kind of trying too hard. But this one dude's really good. And then by the end of it, you're like, I hate like 5 people, and I hope this dude rides the righteous wings of Satan and demons to kill the entire people who deserve it.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to episode... Oh, no. 16 of the podcast.
Quarren 16. Put it up.
No.
Yep.
No, I'm not going to call it that.
Oh, it's good, though. You're laughing. We've proven as long as you genuinely laugh.
Let's start with like some updates on our challenges.
I feel great.
I feel,
after the soreness went away after the first couple of days, I feel fantastic.
The first 3 days were fucking awful.
I wanted to punch something, but I felt like I couldn't.
My arms would not let me punch anything.
The third day we did the live stream with the music stuff, and I couldn't walk down the steps. Like it hurt. There's a lot of steps down to the office from my house, and I hurt walking down every one. Like I had to slowly take each leg down each one.
It's fun. We've been doing. I'll put the workout challenge that we've been following in the description below. I don't know why I pointed below. But I'll put that down there. Y'all can follow along with us if you like. You're gonna have to catch up on the last 2 weeks, but
this when we're recording it is day 7. When you will hear this, it'll be day 10.
Probably.
Yeah.
But we today's challenge was running a mile and timing yourself. What was that time you got there, Dice?
I had for the first time since high school, I was under 10 minutes for a mile. I had 9 minutes and 48 seconds.
I had 11 minutes and 40 seconds.
Which, I mean, I used to be able to run a mile in 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Oh, I could never do a 6-minute mile.
Dude,
Jesus.
when I was training for wrestling, I used to
I could do an 8-minute mile when I was in my prime, but I don't want to say in my prime because I was high school and that's sad. My physical prime was.
That's still sad, dude. It's still sad. Like when I was chasing my wrestling dreams, I was in high school, and then that fell through, and then I got fat and drank.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't have like. Yes, it was sad, but now it doesn't have to be sad. I feel way more positive.
I feel great.
Listen, everybody, Mr. Depressy Spaghetti is gonna talk for a moment. That's right. Fucking, you know how like people always say like, oh, you're depressed, you should eat better and sleep well and go outside and exercise. I know we all fucking hate to hear it, and most of it's not true. Like, if it is still a serious mental illness that you should
If you need to, seek help. Like, talk to
absolutely.
somebody.
That being said, I have like me personally, this exercising has made me feel so much better.
I talk to my friends all the time. Plus, this exercise has been great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god.
It's like the highlights of my days and also the lowest points of my days have been like during the exercise that we've been doing. Because when you get to that third rep and it's like,
I want to die.
oh my god, this feels awful. But then like for I don't know, for the next couple of hours I ride that high and I feel good. And it's been leveling me out a little bit. And it's been incredibly helpful. You've probably heard it a million times by this point, but I highly recommend some physical activity. It's been doing great for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we do. And it's not like we're doing anything crazy. We're not doing P90X. We're not going to the gym.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's a guarantee. Not yet. But
You're pointing at the camera.
I know. I'm pointing at the camera because we were gonna do something else, and I'm just sorry.
We'll get to that.
But it's just been fantastic. We're doing something really easy. It's just it probably takes less than a half hour a day.
I wouldn't say it's easy. I'd say it's
Not
manageable.
easy, but it takes no time at all. If I keep up with this kind of task and feel this great all the time, I don't plateau. I keep seeing progress, and I could keep it at this time limit. I could do this every day and be nothing.
I'm not concerned about plateauing. Like, I know it's going to happen at some point, but it's not a concern of mine just because I'm going, like, even if I start plateauing, that's not going to stop what we've started.
No, but I just want to be able to, if I plateau, I have to catch it and I have to change it up and get ready to move on to the next advancement after you plateau. Because that's all it is. You just switch it up, you do a little bit more and shit like that.
The activities that you have been performing over the last weeks, your body has finally caught up to it. It's like, cool, we're at an equilibrium.
Then you got to change it all. That's what P90X changes, but I'm not here to advertise them.
We're like P90
Yes.
Dude, all right, look. This is the next salty product. It's a Kama Sutra called P90 and it's a series of VHS tapes.
Specifically.
Yes, it has to be VHS
Specifically
tapes.
VHS.
No DVD, no Blu-ray. Fuck that. We're going VHS tapes.
No cassette, no audio.
And we physically write the names of the tapes on them, and it just has like the generic ones that when you buy like a set of cassette tapes for recording.
They still come in the box that says 60-minute cassette tape.
Cassette tapes, yes! Oh, God damn it. Be kind, rewind. And it's just, instead of like workouts, it's like sex outs.
Who's shooting this?
I
volunteer to record.
Ooh, good call.
So I don't have to participate.
I will hold the boom mic.
So neither of us are participating.
Let's see. I vote.
That's the first time we ever got out of a scenario where we could have had sex with each other. That's the first time we ever said no to a scenario we could have had sex with each other.
I wouldn't say it that way.
Yeah, but I'm putting it out there. Like
that way makes it sound like we're pounding ass every weekend.
Is Tuesday a weekend? Salty bit.
It is when every day just kind of blurs together.
You ain't kidding.
But yeah, the workout's been going great. How have you learned more of the song?
I'm still on the first verse. That last verse is killer. That is killer to try to learn.
Mm-hmm.
To just play it back over and over again. You're just like, and he does it. It's hard. I got the first verse. I know the hook by heart.
Dope. So do I. The hook's easy.
The hook's the easiest part.
We were doing new flooring in our dining room this weekend, so I had to tear down my computer station. I had to tear down my computer desk and stow it in the living room, and my computer was off for 3 days, and I think that's the longest I haven't been on it. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but it felt bad, and I didn't like it.
For as healthy and good as you've been, and how you felt good from that, if losing your computer made you feel bad, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's a bad thing. You need more screen time after you work out. Work out and then get some screen time.
Give it out like a chore chart.
You're quarantined. What else are you doing except listening to Salty?
Where's it going? Oh, my computer was torn down, so I usually bump the song through my speakers, and that's how I get into it. And y'all can't see me dancing, but I'm dancing. So I didn't really listen to the song all weekend, and I haven't gotten any farther on it.
That's fair.
That was a long walk to a short bridge.
Every now and again, I remember to throw it on. Like if I come downstairs to check out the office or anything like that, I'll throw it on and listen to it. I've been listening to Daddy Fat Snaps as I do my workouts, and it's always in the rotation of his songs because I start from the beginning of his playlist, so I get to hear it while I'm working out.
I'm still stuck on you saying "come," and what I wanted to say was it becomes a Pavlovian response. So next time you hear that song, you're just like, "Ooh, I gotta go get off."
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna be like, every time I come, I have to rap like a part of the song.
Yo, third
Vegeta,
challenge. Third challenge. The next time you're laying pipe, fucking, you have to think of a song lyric and rap it out loud.
No.
Absolutely.
Nope. I refuse. I love
Your girlfriend? Too much to do that to her.
I love everything about her and not gonna risk that.
Hey everybody, I'm having a party and everyone here is invited.
Sad thing is, hey babe, I know you're listening. And I answered correctly.
Let it be known that I get points.
There's a song they make about coming that I could actually sing probably.
Oh, most definitely. It's
Yeah.
probably by the Bloodhound Gang.
No, I'm talking about Game Grumps in general.
Oh.
There's probably a part where they talk about nutting.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I could just sing Sex Party. It's not a rap, but I could do it.
Yo, I am so stoked for this new Ninja Sex Party music video whenever it fucking comes out.
Is another new one?
The one for the Crystal song.
Oh, I've only listened to that one once. I've been listening
The
to
11-minute long ballad.
I see. That's why I've listened to it once. I used to listen to. I mean, I've listened to 69 1,000 times, and that's like 10 minutes. But I don't know why I didn't get into the Crystal one that much. I gotta give it another listen. But I've been listening to the new one that they dropped the music video for a lot. That I have no idea what we're talking about.
It's really good if you haven't watched it.
Oh my god, it's so funny. The hook is so good.
Go to is that on Ninja Sex Party's channel?
Probably.
Okay.
It's probably shared on Game Grumps too.
Go to Ninja Sex Party's channel and listen to I Don't Know What We're Talking About.
Oh, it's so
And then in the comments put Diet Grump sent us here.
parentheses salty entertainment fun.
And
Give
then
us a
link our
shot.
channel.
Give us a shot. Like, give us a shot. But dude, it's such a good song. It's
Buy me a shot.
Buy me a shot.
Buy you a drink.
The craziest thing is, like, I'd like to have a drink because we're in quarantine and there's nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to ruin my metabolism because we're actually doing really good with this workout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is this whole segment going to be just us bragging about us being better than people? We're working out during quarantine. We're better than you.
That's not true. If you need to just like take time for you and fucking relax, do it.
Do it. Seriously.
Absolutely do it. I've been taking my relax time.
I did it for 2 weeks.
Not this weekend because I nearly murdered my wife, but actually, yo, my okay.
I know you're not listening, Air.
It's just a funny story that happened this weekend. It was 2 nights ago. We were finishing up the flooring. We were doing it till like 1:30 in the morning. Clip it. We were doing it till 1:30 in the morning.
You're the only one who wants to clip it.
Yeah, I do.
Nobody
and
else believes you. I'm sorry.
We both went upstairs and we brushed our teeth and we were just talking and like things were settling down because if you've never done a house project with a significant other, you'll want to kill them. You will. You will want to kill. These have been the toughest 2 days of my marriage this past weekend because we were just at each other's throats the whole time. But it was fine. Like things were winding down. We're talking and laughing. And she opens up the bathroom door and she goes to leave. And I guess there's like a little potted plant that had, died. So we were going to take it downstairs. And she kicks it. What I didn't see is that she nearly tripped and fell face first down the stairs. And she like caught herself on the banister. And I didn't see that. I just heard her pop. And I was still brushing my teeth. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't wake the dogs. She turns around on me. It's like, I nearly died. I'm like, what? She's like, I nearly died. And your first reaction was, don't wake up the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have got her face on characters. So she was like livid and confused at the same time. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't know you nearly died. I was just like, hey, quit being so fucking clumsy.
Isn't that the worst though when you're not paying attention and something terrible happens, but you're just like, please don't throw shit. I didn't mean for you to throw shit. I didn't throw shit. I fell and it fucking flung out of my hand. Oh.
Yeah, just put that anywhere. Did I ever tell you about that one?
No.
Oh, that was a saying me and my college buddies had. We would like when if someone's in the cafeteria and they were like carrying up their tray to the place where you put your trays, and then their empty cup fell on the floor and just ping, 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 ping. Yeah, just put that anywhere.
That's just you being a dick.
Oh, but it's so funny. I highly recommend it.
In the context, it sounded like it was going to be if in the middle of a fight, somebody threw something across the room, and then you were like, yeah, just fucking put that anywhere.
Oh, I would use it there as well.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Oh,
we were just kind of a dick.
We were laying flooring this weekend, and she brought me a plank, and she just like put it on the floor. I'm like, I couldn't reach it. I'm like, yeah, just put that anywhere. She didn't like that one.
This can't be an episode about shit that our people don't like. One of mine listens.
Oh my god. No, it's funny. People like hearing about other people's lives. I hope so.
I talk on the phone too early. Apparently, that's what I've come to realize. All of my friends wake up early in the morning, so I talk way too early on the phone to my friends. That's what I've come to realize.
This is also not us bitching about our significant
No,
others.
I love her.
I love my wife very, very much.
He pulled the mic in closer too, so you could make sure she heard that shit.
I love my wife very, very much.
I wouldn't spend quarantine with anybody else, but
I'd spend it with you.
oh.
Who do you want to spend your quarantine with?
Oh god, is that the whole? Holy shit, we've been talking for 20 minutes.
You forgot the 3 things that people need to do.
Like
it.
Like the tube.
Like it.
Subscribe if you ain't.
Subscribe.
Hey, guess what? Like again. You're gonna like that button again. Second reminder.
No, if you hit the like button twice, you'll unlike it. Better hit it a third time.
Yeah, better hit it a third time.
Just to be sure.
It's just a second reminder to hit that like button. Make sure it's like, and then hit that comment. Leave a comment with what you think the weird bump on Jayne's wrist is.
Do I have to put a picture of the weird bump on my wrist?
No, just let him wonder. Draw what you think the bump looks like, and then tell us what you think.
You can't leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments. Well,
why would they draw it? What's the point of drawing it if we can't see it? Send it to us on Twitter.
Send it to us on Send it to us on Instagram and Twitter. Our fucking media manager would love that.
This bit's gone on too long. Thank you so much
Bye.
for joining us. We love you. See you next week.